Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Helina.
Welcome back, darling.
I've got you back with me.
Yeah, I'm here now. The world is right.
Everyone, calm down. This whole recording session's been a bit of a shit show. We'll have to do a skim past of what our background
we'll show everyone
looks like.
What we're doing. Well, we switched it up. We've changed it up. Well, we've changed up the whole routine. It's a Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, we're so out of whack.
Yeah, it's a Saturday and we're filming a podcast. We're not in our usual space.
No.
Or we're in the studio, but we're in a different space in the studio. But sometimes it's just nice with a bit of change.
Yeah, just everyone switch it up. But we're just going to have some calm breaths. I feel like it's been a bit of a stressful setup, but we got there. Look, we would love to hear from you guys on what you think of this setup. Just give me a different. But Helina, how are you? You've had your gallbladder removal surgery.
Gallbladder is gone.
She's gone.
She's gone. I'm good. I wasn't last week. So I've had it out for, I'll be 2 weeks post-op on Monday.
Wow. God, time goes so
How
fast.
Has
Any
that
recovery
gone,
time.
Hey? So no, I'm feeling good actually. My surgeon said that my gallbladder had it.
Oh,
it was.
Was there a few little stones?
Yeah.
Is that what,
so he found stones. He said it was really sticky, which apparently isn't good. And there was lots of is it vial or bile?
Bile? I think
it's bile. Like just the sandy stuff that gets built up inside of it that then creates the stones.
Did you ever have, I think it's now then vial that has come up before?
Like reflux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's where the hinges are. And isn't that because of the gall?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I remember that being disgusting and it was yellow.
Super painful. Oh. Yeah, it was it wasn't nice. But I I've vlogged my whole recovery.
So you're going to share it with everyone?
Have you watched them in the Google Doc?
No, I haven't yet.
God. So yeah, I did one every day, different times of the day, but I checked in every day for 7 days.
How is a vlogging experience? Because I think it's hard to be consecutive.
It was so
and
hard.
off of it.
The commitment. First of all, at first I was kind of like, oh, do I care what I look like? And I was like, no. But I'm excited for it to kind of Shay, obviously our amazing podcast manager, is going to be whipping that together and putting it on YouTube. Yeah. Am I nervous for people to see me in a very vulnerable state on YouTube? You're
very vulnerable in those situations, right?
And I shared you saw it. I put it on my close friends on Instagram, and on that kind of platform is literally just all my girlfriends.
Helena's close friends is next level. You
it's a little bit more tame now. Hey.
No, yeah, you still get there's still some juicy stuff on there.
Yeah.
If anyone's on Helena's close friends, you get an inside scoop into Helena's world. Okay. I love it.
It used to be a lot more funner, but
she's a bit more tame now.
I'm a tame girl now. Okay. But yeah, I checked in because obviously all my girlfriends, I was having it done. And instead of just sending out, 50 odd messages, I just post on there. Yeah. And do you remember seeing the video? I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Oh, your first night?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, the Anastasia. I kept saying the Anastasia instead of the anesthetic.
Yes.
Whatever it is that puts you under. And then I was like, okay, bye.
Okay.
So
it was really okay, bye.
I was
you were out of breath, you poor thing.
I didn't even remember it recording it. So yeah. So anyways, very excited for everyone to see that. I'm feeling good. I have 4 incision sites. Gallbladder is gone and I get to go back to gym on Monday, I hope.
Amazing.
I've missed it a lot because it has become a very big part of my routine for the last year, basically. But it's crazy to think where I was this time last year. Yeah. So this time last year, I was nearly 2 weeks post-op weight loss surgery.
Because both your surgeries were on the same day.
Yeah.
And do you want to share your next surgery upcoming?
Oh my God, yes. So
it's all happening.
It is all happening. On Wednesday, I had a consult with Dr. David Sharp in Brisbane for my boob job. So I'm very excited. Unfortunately, I did get the answer that I knew I was going to get. I have to have a 2-stage surgery. So I have to have a lift done. I get that done in about 3 months. Yep. And then 6 months later after that lift, I will be having implants put in.
Cool.
So
can I tell you, when I got my lift and implants done, I remember I was a real complainy girl. It fucking hurt. And when I spoke to people who had either a lift or augmentation, just one or the other, they were like, no, it didn't. So I think having them done at the same time it is more painful. So I think if you can split it up and if it's for the benefit of your body, that's good.
Yeah, it does benefit my skin because I have got a lot of excess skin around my breast. So my surgeon, I actually have to have a lift for about, I think my left boob needs to be lifted 6 centimeters.
Okay.
And my right is 7 centimeters.
Okay. Did he like whip out the measuring
Oh,
tape?
yeah.
They like pull out a briefcase and you're like, the fuck are you doing?
And like, I cannot believe I'm admitting this on a podcast that I know thousands of people listen to, but he explained my boobs as extremely droopy. Like I quote.
That's a big word to me
describing. But at the end of the day, I know. I know. And I have accepted that part of my body for what it is, and I can't change it without Dr. Sharp doing it for me. And in hindsight, I'll have the lift done and I'm going to feel better about myself anyway with that because he will remove skin in that surgery.
Yeah.
So I get that done in April and then implants will be in October.
So April, how far away is that? Is that in 2-3 months?
It's like 11 and a half weeks.
Oh my God.
I know. So
that's so exciting.
Yeah,
another surgery round, you poor thing.
I know, but I'm so fine. I just didn't want to have to do 2 recoveries. But at the end of the day, longevity as well of my boobs and my skin and everything. If that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it is I'll have them by the end of the year. So I'm happy with that. But booking surgeries left, right and center.
Wow. Are you self-funding or is this something that you're going to either be saving really hard for or are you thinking of?
Oh, no, I've already paid the first surgery.
She's done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I paid that.
Christmas time for you, you were like, boobs.
Oh, yeah.
You were working long hours for the boobs.
Yeah, and I knew it was something because I just paid my car loan off, so I don't have any debt in just my name now, which is good. And I was like, I don't want to have to get another loan after I've just finished paying one off. So I worked my ass off and I knew I had the consult coming up. So I was like, boom, lock me in, paid it.
You look like a sugar baby. You're like, here's my cash.
They were like, oh, you want to go on a payment plan? I was like, no.
Who do you think I am?
I was like, I can just pay it right now. But that's obviously a reflection of hard work, as you would understand too.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I wanted to get my big surgery, which was going to cost me about $30,000. And when I got my first bill, I was like, all right, I'll probably have to get a loan. I'll have to save for a few months. And then I ended up launching my first masterclass. And I remember the first 24 hours of what came in and I was like, okay, so that's my surgery done. Like in the first 12 hours, I was like, okay,
cool.
Like awesome. And that's the thing we want to talk about today about passive income and stuff like that. But I remember when I realized, holy shit, I could have this surgery done and I don't need a loan. I don't need to have that leaning.
Hey.
Oh, you're like, awesome, I can breathe.
Yeah.
You just give it and be like, okay, like I'll see you in a few months.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a relief.
Financial stress is real, hey.
Yeah.
And I do stress out financially.
Yeah.
But I think that brings us into the topic that we want to discuss today.
Yeah, I thought it'd be really interesting to have an open discussion on the online training education world and also even passive income because I think a lot of people get stuck in the routine of, okay, I do my services, I go home, I have to work for that money and you're number one. There she is.
I'm fucking waiting for it. Technically too, you missed the first one.
Oh, damn. So if you are looking to stock your salon with some amazing and well-respected lash and brow products, you need to look no further than Lash Rescue. Since 2020, Lash Rescue has been saving lashes and brows with their signature serums, oils and mascaras that are stocked worldwide and available for wholesale. Rosie, Lottie and Abby are Lash Rescue's powerful growth serums made to revitalize, thicken and restore moisture to both lashes and brows. These products are stocked in both Helina and I's salons and they are an absolute game changer. Clients come in, they're looking for a new brow and lash serum, and they leave with Lash Rescue. The results and feedback that we have in regards to these products are just unbelievable. They are safe for the eyes and lashes. You get amazing results without any irritations, and their packaging is absolutely to die for. Whether you like to buy in bulk or you just like to grab 10 at a time, wholesaling is a great option if you are wanting to be stocking beautiful products that you can place in your salon. We would like to thank Lash Rescue for joining us for another season of the podcast. They can be found over at Bella Beauty or head to their website, Lash Rescue, and you can find all the details on becoming a stockist. Online masterclasses, I think a lot of us have now, right?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people with online education.
How long have you had yours out for?
Mine released in June last year.
How's it been?
It's been great.
Yeah?
It's been a whole other, I guess, world.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like it fades out. Any masterclass does.
Unless you're on your advertising.
Absolutely.
It does get calm.
But there's only so many people that'll buy it at the first go. And if once they've bought it, like that's, you know, you've got that student, like they've purchased it. Obviously, like you said, the self-advertisement is massive.
Yeah.
And I think for me, one thing I struggled with was at the end of the day, I am a brow artist. I don't have any,
marketing or
like marketing
skills,
like strategizing, things like that. That's something that I have to think about then as a business owner and try and do it myself, but then for myself.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel really cringy, which I think is
I agree. It's kind of like you're pushing it, but then also you do have to push it.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like you have to self-promote yourself, but then also hold yourself strong.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah. So my online education is something that I wanted to do for a long time. I underestimated it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest on how much work goes into it.
Prep. Yeah.
Because I remember when I launched my BFB Lamy Masterclass, as soon as I had launched it, Teachable, which is the platform that I use, then smacked me with an email saying, you haven't filled in your tax form. I
remember actually being with you and you were just about to go live. I think, I was like, oh yeah. And so you filled out your tax form, right? And you were like, Shay, what tax form?
I was like, bro, what the actual fuck?
It's all the little things and you don't think about it until it's probably 2 minutes into launch time. Yeah. You're doing a try checkout and you're like, oh my God, why hasn't that money come into my account?
That's the thing. And then it was, so I had the form that I hadn't filled in and then I hadn't switched on the fucking masterclass for people to see because that's a whole other thing as well. You have to teach yourself this whole software platform that you've literally never used.
Let's talk about platforms because there is a lot out there. I think since COVID, online platforms for education purposes have become really, really popular.
I guess it's just the way that it's all evolved.
Yeah, there's so many to choose from. And I think we've both been using Teachable. That has been great.
Yeah.
I've never really had any major issues.
Either. They take the money, like they take it from you. Yeah. You don't have to actually pay them. Yes. So they send you an invoice for what you've paid.
Yeah. Here you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm actually changing. I'm changing into Thinkific.
I have seen a few people using Thinkific.
Yeah. I actually tried out Kajabi in there for a little bit. And that was like, you needed to have a degree, I felt, in like...
Too hard.
It was way too hard, not user-friendly. Number 3, yawns, hello. So then I was like, fuck Kajabi. Teachable, I was just looking for even a bit more...
Like modernized?
Yeah, more things, right?
Okay.
More little, like just checkout things and extras, right? Yeah. That Teachable feels it's really user-friendly. But I was like, oh, I want some more special stuff because I'm really confident with Teachable now. I'm like, I want new features. And that's what I wanted. So I'm playing with Thinkific right now.
Love that.
And I'm liking it.
That's good.
But a lot of these things you do have to pay normally like 12 months in advance or like you pay for your 12 year, which might be $1,000 to $2,000 a year.
$3,000 or something.
It can, that can really add up. But yeah, Teachable, if anyone is looking, is a really good, friendly site.
Yeah.
But masterclasses are really popular and it's becoming, dare I say, oversaturated.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
It's almost, I don't want this episode or Shay and I talking about this topic to come across as,
don't do it or
if you can do it, if you have the platform to,
if you've got even just one person asking for your techniques, your skills,
that's money you can
that's
make
an audience.
Right there.
Absolutely.
So I think just before we go into this topic though, I think that we need to almost just say
disclaimer.
Yeah. Like we're not Shay and I both own masterclasses. We both have an online platform that we teach people with. And I know nearly every brow artist that we know has one too.
Yeah.
And we totally think it's something that everyone, if you have a technique, or if you have, like Shay was saying, one person asking you how you do brows, take it and run with it. You've got an audience.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a passive income you could start making. So I think we're just trying to kind of almost elaborate how our journeys have been with online education.
Yep.
And just, encourage it.
Absolutely. Because it's a great, like we said, extra passive income where you do it once and it is just a recurring checkout, right?
Yeah.
You could be sitting in bed and someone's just bought it and you're like, awesome.
I was at a dinner I think it was 2 nights ago. And I sold 2 masterclasses and I was like...
You did nothing. You sat here and you're like, okay, so like dinner on me?
Okay, so like just ordered some salt and pepper calamari and just made some money. So I love that.
So it is a really great stream of income where you do the work once and you don't actually have to show up, say, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Yeah. 9 to 5 and do the actual work.
What I'm trying to say with my online platform was that I underestimated it. It was a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And it down to even like I had a lot of help with my first online masterclass from Shay, S. Madison, and you, who had the experience, but still just like navigating it, writing scripts, organizing models, getting your products ready. And like, I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to using stuff on camera. Like, my nails had to be done, even though you can't see them because I was wearing gloves, but like all my products had to be new. My brushes had to be clean,
sharp.
Yeah. Everything had to be new.
Yep.
I was opening it on set.
I think that's something we should make a note of. We both used S. Madison. Shay, she's done my first major 3 and we've done other ones and she's done your one as well. And she is a professional in the world. So it's not up to us to sit to get a professional camera, check the angles and then edit, because that is a whole nother
side note though. Thing. There is artists out there that make it all themselves and fucking hats off to you guys. Because
it'd be a lot of work.
Yeah. And it's only that is like, I'm not a videographer and I know how to use Splice and that's it to edit. Like I take my hat off to like browtv. Kirsten, I see that she makes all of her own as well, and I think that's really cool that she does show that she does that side of it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But also at the same time, like that's where I've outsourced to another business because I literally can't make that.
Yeah.
So, and I don't, at the end of the day, I'm tired. I don't want to do it. So I've been able to work with Shay to make something really great.
Yes.
And she is helping me with my next...
Ooh.
I'm not going to say masterclass because it's not. So
okay, something different, something new.
My next project.
Oh, okay.
So
stay tuned to find out more.
Very exciting. I think that's one thing as well that I learned with my first online masterclass was that I spoke about it for way too long before I dropped it.
Right.
Because I feel like I kind of announced that it was something that I was going to do. And then again was like, holy shit, there's a lot of work that goes in behind a masterclass.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I think I didn't release it till 4 or 5 months later.
Right.
So I was like, I need to.
So you want to find the in-between medium where you've got that nice peak and that heightened excitement, but not like it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's finally here. And you might have lost some audience.
That's what
members.
I mean. You lose the audience because I was responding to messages with, hey, it's coming soon, instead of a link to say, here, this is the class that you can buy. But what about you? You were pretty well, if not the first.
Oh God, no! Don't give me that title because definitely not.
But
I wouldn't want to take that title because Claudia Louise to me.
Oh, Claudia Louise and Brow Code. Melanie Maris had some out.
They were definitely in the game, and I was in the game of online courses probably about 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
And there wasn't too many other people doing it. There was a little bit, but it wasn't huge. But I definitely had a lot of inspiration from Claudia Louise and Melanie Maris.
Inspiration from those two.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
I loved that it was done so professionally.
Yeah.
And they didn't cut any corners. I think it was great. And when I released my first one, I had no fucking idea what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I had S. Madison. We were sitting on my bed at 7 a.m. and we were like, okay, press. And I was like, okay, like, let's just wait a moment. And I think I'll never forget the feeling of probably within the first 10 minutes, I had about 150 people check out. And I remember just looking at her, I was like, is my life about to change? And no, it literally did, because I had never
That's a lot of money as well.
had that much money in my account.
Yeah.
That is mine.
Yeah.
And I think just seeing how many people were so eager to learn
from
something that I've got, I was like, it's just little of me. But yeah, like I said, you know, I had a big goal of that skin surgery and I knew I had a target to reach, and we reached it within 12 hours. And I was like, oh. And I remember again looking at Shay and I was like, okay, so when do we do the next one? Like, we're going to do this. What's next?
Yeah.
And it was a crazy whirlwind.
Yeah.
And there was things I would go back and I would just try and be more available to students' questions.
Okay.
But it's a lot when you have such an influx of people.
Oh, absolutely.
And it might not even be a question. It's just they want to either congratulate or say thank you or
it's
I
the
purchased.
DMs. That's the DMs.
The DMs.
Yeah.
Like, if I could go back, I would hire someone to just be doing that communication side. I would make sure I've cleared my schedule to sit down and be ready to answer questions about the content. Yeah. And then I regret not advertising well. I
agree with that.
Even though like
for
had
myself,
great
not
success.
For you.
No, it's a whole nother thing. And you can see the success you can have from doing just a little bit of advertising. Mm-hmm. But imagine if you went the full way and you advertise the crap out of it. And I got to give it up to someone in the industry.
browtv is a world-first online masterclass subscription platform for the beauty industry, giving artists access to live demonstrations, masterclasses, and exclusive interviews from artists worldwide.
With 3 masterclasses already live on the platform and many more to come, all of this can be included in your monthly fee, which you can find over at www.thisisbrowtv.com. browtv has also been kind enough to give us a code for our listeners. Use the code in capitals BareNaked10 for 10% off your subscription fee. We would like to thank browtv for being a sponsor of our podcast once again. Last, because her advertising is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And
she does all that herself as well.
And that's another great thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think having your schedule flexible enough that you can be doing all that or outsourcing.
Yeah.
Because it can be such a huge influx.
Absolutely.
Of money, DMs, education questions, and you have to be ready. But in saying that now, if I was to go and release another masterclass similar to the one I did 3 years ago, I wouldn't have the same, I don't believe, and that might be a limiting belief of mine, but I don't think I would have $30,000 coming in 12 hours.
Why not?
Just because there's a lot of saturation out there. Like I was one out of maybe 3 or 4 people that I could count on my hands who had one, but no one had released in that moment. Yeah. Now they're always popping up. People are always getting ready to launch, and that is awesome. But it was a different world 3 years ago. Imagine it being a different world 5 years ago. Yeah. But as we turn into more this online platform of education that people can access from anywhere in the world, it's not something that's rare to come by these days.
I agree with that. And I do agree with what you said earlier with it being it's a saturated industry alone, the beauty industry. There's a lot of people in it. Yep. So then obviously when every single one of those people are then adding another kind of branch to their business, that is more saturation. It's successful saturation, but it is saturation. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like we say with clients, there's enough clients to go around for everyone.
Absolutely. And you should always want to be learning, right?
Well, that was what I was going to say. You can literally never stop learning. There's nothing else for me to even kind of tail on with that. It's kind of
just full stop there.
You literally don't stop learning. Yeah. If it's a new product, if it's a new technique, if it's a new tint, there's always something new popping up. So I guess at the end of the day, it's just how are you going to make yourself different and kind of staying on top of the trends and the classes and stuff like that. Well, that's just the mindset that I've put myself in for what I would like to release next. Yeah. I'm not
stepping outside of the box, right? Not following.
To a degree. It could not be as successful. That's something that I need to kind of also put my, I guess, a limiting belief as well. Yeah, I could release something that I've been working on and it kind of flop, which can happen. Yeah. But the way that I've kind of made my thought process go is my next project that I am working on, it's actually not based on brows. It's based on being better for your business.
Different other ways.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I think for myself as well, I've had a lot of self-growth over the last 12 months and learned a lot of things about myself and my business. So to be able to kind of reflect that back and just teach others, I think.
Yeah.
Just being able to teach others is such a privilege.
It's such a rewarding
and to know
moment.
that someone looks up to you that much that they would financially pay, like give you money to learn your ways is just, that's a compliment in itself for me. And I still remember seeing, you were actually my first person that bought my online masterclass. And I just remember,
and you were trying to be code. I said, shut the fuck up, Helina. You've worked for this. Stop it.
Just like watching the names come through, like buying my online masterclass, I was like, yeah, it's such a surreal feeling.
It is.
Yeah.
If I could go back to the very beginning of it all, one thing that I would maybe tighten would be my T's and C's, and even just making sure that I had a lawyer look over everything. And not that I've had any issues, but I know a lot of copycats come out and there's a lot of copy and paste.
Yeah.
And I could have protected my business and my name by having just done the extra steps and tightened my T's and C's.
See, that was my first thing. My solicitor wrote up my T's and C's straight away because I am such a scaredy cat when it comes to contracts from, you know, previous experiences with one. So yeah, that was actually one of the first things I actually got completed for my masterclass was the T's and C's, my intellectual property, all that type of stuff. And that's the stuff that you generally don't think about.
You don't.
When you're making a class, because you're like, I'm just going to whip together
just
an
do the
eyebrow
brow stuff.
No, you have to genuinely think about everything that someone could do on the other end of that online platform.
Yeah.
Even just down to sharing it with someone else that hasn't paid for it. Like there's things like that are in my T's and C's. So
love it.
And yeah, the intellectual property is a big thing too.
Well, okay, we're talking about training then. Let's talk about in-person training because now that the world's open, we can travel. I think a lot more people are now going to be really interested in that one-on-one feel over just online education.
Look, personally, I love learning one-on-one.
Love it.
And
being able to travel, like if we were to go to, say, I don't know, Amsterdam and learn from someone, that gets me so excited.
Yeah.
And I would spend the cash to be able to learn from some amazing people. Now that the world's open, I'm like, oh, when do we go? Like, who do we go to first?
Literally. No, I agree. I'm quite a visual person. As much as I have taken online masterclasses and I have watched them back and I have obviously learned things from them, you literally cannot beat, for me personally, you cannot beat being next to someone, physically watching them do their work and being able to be like, why'd you do it like that?
Hey, yeah,
questioning it.
You're right there. Yeah. They can answer on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Even I just did training a few days ago. And the student was doing amazing, but there was times that I was like, let me just grab the brush from you. I'll explain why I'm doing this way and then you can do it. Instead of me being like, do that or do this, just like you would on that online sort of presence. If I could have someone be like, hey, Shay, maybe just try it this way and like show me, again, coming back to that visualization. Visualization. No.
Stop it. Visualization.
Visualization.
Are we...
I
you
don't
know what we
how
mean.
To say that.
Visualize. Shay, shut the fuck up. Visualize. You've fucked me.
Visualization.
No, there's no fucking Z. Visualization.
Okay, anyway, to have someone, to be able, let's just say visible. No, please. What are we trying to say?
Well, we don't teach English, that's for sure. Visualize it. No. Don't make me laugh.
To visually see you do it, then just talk you through it. All right. Bella Beauty is an Australian one-stop shop for all your brow and lash needs. Bella Beauty stocks the best range in brow waxing, tinting, dyeing, lamination, lash lifting, plus so much more. You guys need to make sure that you keep a real close eye out for Bella Beauty as they are introducing their whole new range And every month they are bringing out incredible brands, making sure that us brow and lash artists are working with only the best. We have recently just brought out the favorites collection with Bella Beauty, which includes Helina's and my favorite brush sets. The handles on these brushes make sure that you do not get recognizable staining of tints, and the flat plus small and large angled brush ensures that you have a brush for all surfaces and all types of brows. Now, you guys know Bella Beauty has been with us since the very beginning, and we are starting a new season, which means a new discount code. So, are you ready? You have your products lined up, you're in your checkout carts, and you need to enter in the details capital BFNS4. That is BFNS4 in all capitals, and this will get you a cheeky discount code off all products. Speaking of in-person training, what's happening tomorrow?
Yay! So we have got our beautiful friend Sherelle, who owns Miss Lash Official here on the Gold Coast. We are going to her Look and Learn for her macro lens.
I love little small events.
I'm really excited.
Because you get to talk to everyone.
Yeah, I've had a few girls message me on Instagram being like, I got my ticket.
Yay!
So I'm really excited to just mingle and literally watch Sherelle and Holly in action using
beautiful.
it. Yeah.
Their work is incredible.
Yeah.
And up close.
Holly does amazing eyebrows. She has got
skill.
she's always been a great artist, but yeah, some of the like lammies I've been seeing Holly post lately, I'm like, fucking get it, queen.
Get it.
Love that. So yeah, we've got that tomorrow. That's hence why I'm down on the Gold Coast a bit earlier. A bit out of whack for me being down here on a Saturday.
What is this Saturday vibes?
No, I'm really excited. So yeah, we've got that tomorrow morning. So we will definitely be jumping on our stories.
Vlog that one a little bit.
Hey, you want to vlog?
Yeah.
Okay,
we can try our best. It's whether we like actually vlog every part.
I feel like
we
commit to it for the first half of the day, and then we're both really shit when it comes to finishing it and then actually making it. So that is definitely, I'm really excited for that. I've never actually been to like a Look and Learn vibe.
I thought you were going to say you've never been to a salon.
No, I've been there for the training that we did.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's the only time.
I'm excited.
I'm so proud of Sherelle.
Isn't she? She's a go-getter.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She is someone that I really look up to for just her work ethic. So no, I'm pumped, and I know that there's actually a few artists that we know personally that are going. Yeah. So,
but then I looked at the list and I was like, I've seen of these names, but I don't know the person behind it.
You know what I really hate as well going to these events is I have the memory of a fucking goldfish.
I don't think I've ever told you this, but I want to tell you this little story. And if Dom could say it, my partner Dom, if he could say it, he would be laughing his head off because he loves these moments, right?
What?
And a few have happened, and I never want to come across like the naked route, but I have people stop me in the streets to be like, are you the naked route? And it always seems to happen at Woolworths when we're doing like our nightly shopping. And I'm like, tits are poking through my little nightie. I've got Grinch slippers on. My hair's a mess. And I get taps on the shoulders, or people recognize me from my finger tattoos.
Wow.
So random. But I've people be like, I know that tattoo. You're the naked brow. And I'm like, huh? How do you know that from mine? But people will say it. And then we have a little chat, of course. And I love to get to know these people. And then we kind of get back in the car. And Dom doesn't shut up about it for probably about 3 days. Yeah. He's like, oh, the naked brow. You're the naked brow. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You know what's so funny is and it has happened to me as well, but I think it happened to me out of karma. In one situation. Okay. Because one of my bestest friends, Taylor Robinson, is a boxer. She's a very well-known athlete in Brisbane on the Gold Coast, sunny coast. Her and I been best friends since like grade 8. And we were on holidays in Port Douglas, and I always take the piss out of her because we will be anywhere and someone will notice her.
Right. Okay.
Like we were I dragged her to a concert with me and all these blokes were like, oh, you're Taylor Robinson. And I'm like.
You're going to be like a little bodyguard.
Yeah, literally. Anyways, we'll go anywhere. Someone will notice Taylor. We were on holidays in Port Douglas and someone came up, like this chick was like walking up to our group and one of our girlfriends was like, here we go, someone knows Taylor. Anyways, this girl comes up to me and she goes, "Are you Barefaced Brows by Helina?" And Taylor has never
she never let you
let
down.
that go ever, because that doesn't it hadn't really happened to me before, and I don't look at myself as some big influencer.
No, I'm like, I'm
it.
Shanae. I don't know about you,
Yeah,
but I'm
I'm
Shanae.
Helina, yeah. So, and then, Taylor never let it go that I got spotted. So I get that. And I've been stopped in the Sunshine Plaza twice.
Yeah.
I feel like people look at me, maybe recognize me from Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I have been stopped in the plaza by a lady who was, I'm so sorry, I can't remember these people's names. Again, I am like a goldfish. But she was on holidays from Toowoomba and she was on the Sunshine Coast, and she's like, "I tried to book in my eyebrows with you, but you were fully booked."
Aww.
And I was like, "Well, I'm just walking around the shops."
And you're like, "I'm actually booked today. I'm busy girl. Don't worry."
Busy girl. But no, and I love it. Like if
it's so sweet.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Walking past someone and them stopping you and noticing you and knowing who you are, I take that as a massive compliment.
Do you know what I don't like?
The whisper.
And I'm like, if you know me, tell me.
Yeah,
because
say hi.
I'm going to keep walking for the next half an hour thinking
that
holy
AG
shit,
Spring's hanging out.
like something's wrong with me, or
Yeah.
they know me from some. But I can normally hear the whispers because people are bad at whispering. And you walk past and it's like, she's the brow girl. And I'm like, wait until I'm like 10 meters away, not
Literally.
as I'm passing. And
Take
I'm
a photo of me or something. Don't I get that.
Just other like let's have a chat. Or like, just don't let me know that you know me.
See, for me though, I feel like if I saw someone that I knew, I wouldn't go up to them.
See, no, I would totally.
If it was another brow artist, if I seen another brow artist, I'd be like, "Hi."
Yeah.
But if it was like, I don't know, if I wasn't in the brow world and I kind of followed someone or something, I'd probably message them on Instagram and be like, "Hey, I just saw you. You're so pretty."
Can I tell you something about it? I've told you, but I want to tell everyone. This is about an influencer, right? Who you know, and whether you go up and say hi. Me and Dom moved into our new house. We've just bought.
Yeah.
And so we're out the front packing everything. And I'm like, let's go meet our new neighbors. Like, let's get to know everyone.
I know this story.
And an influencer who's quite big on the Gold Coast is my neighbor. And she comes out and I recognize her straight away. Like, I was like, okay, this is this chick. I
play it
you.
cool. Play it cool.
And so, I'm like, "Hi, I'm Shanae. Nice to meet you. Me and my partner have just moved next door." She goes, "Hi, I'm blah." And I said, "I actually follow you on social media."
I'm actually a fangirl.
And she probably felt a little bit awkward. I could kind of feel a bit of like, thanks. And I was like, okay, gotta go. But I was like, should I have said that? I don't know. I mean, like,
I feel like people have said that to me.
would you rather know?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I get a little bit awkward because I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm a bitch that doesn't follow you back. Am I that bitch? But that's from like a personal perspective for me. I haven't had that in a business aspect. But I think good on you for going up and saying hi and whatnot.
But I was like, oh, that's so funny. Like,
she has a great business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I told you, you were like, I don't know that name. Then I said the business that she owns.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah, I love her products too.
Literally.
So,
I have one in my bag.
Yeah.
So, no.
I would love to hear people's guesses
Same.
on what they think my neighbor is or who they think my neighbor is. It's a female and she has a business.
On the Gold Coast,
that's
a product business. Yeah. Give it a crack, guys. If you guess it, we'll try and get her on the
Crack
podcast.
the code. I'll just go next door. Hi, so I talked about you on my podcast and now we want you as a guest.
So if you could just come on like whenever you're free, that'd be amazing.
We probably could, but like we could ask.
Amazing.
Oh, well, I think we need to go get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, we do.
And we need to vlog it.
And Shay's going to do my eyebrows. I'm really excited.
Do I want my eyebrows done? No, they were
Does
done.
anyone else do that? Like, does anyone else have like a brow bestie that they're like, do my eyebrows? Because you're the only bitch that touched them.
You're the only person who's ever laminated mine as well.
Yeah, no, I'm
Done.
like,
I'm honoured, by the way.
you should be. You should be. Because I'm like terrified. I would love to lay down on the bed at the Sunshine Coast and just get someone to do them every 2 weeks just so that they're always fresh.
So you're done.
I mean, I could do them myself, but it's just not the same.
She's bored. She's busy.
So, yeah. So I'm very excited for tomorrow. We're going to check in about that. Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up here because I booked in with the Naked Brow to go get my eyebrows done. I want my eyebrows did for our amazing event that we have tomorrow. You guys are going to see it on social media.
We're going to vlog. We're going to vlog. If we say it here, we'll do it.
Yeah, we will actually because I said that for the gallbladder removal and I actually did do it.
Yeah.
So we will do that and we'll bring that to you guys as soon as we can. But as always, a massive shout out to our sponsors, a massive massive shout out to our listeners.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Absolutely. And thanks for sitting here with me, Shay.
Hey,
Always
thanks for
love
coming
seeing
down.
you. Let's go get some
Sunday
food or
vibes.
something.
Bye.
All right, bye. Make sure to be supporting us on the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. If you want to stay up to date, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep up with every episode. Thank you for watching.